What is up, guys? It's that PS4 guy back with a brand new video, and today I'm gonna be doing kind of a breakdown of the Lakers off season so far. Right now we don't know what's happening further into the future, but I'm gonna say it right now. I'm gonna say what happened right now. So let's start from scratch. Let's start from off season cuts. So we finally got rid of Robert Sacre and Ryan Kelly. So we finally got rid of them, and that's improvement because of the fact that they're just plain terrible, right? Waste of cap space, waste of money. So I'm just happy we got rid of them, and then we move on to the draft. With the second pick, we get Brandon Ingram, which no one was surprised about. I mean, it was pretty obvious who the Lakers had to get. He was the only good player remaining, and that can compare to Ben Simmons, you know. So we got Brandon Ingram, but here's what people got surprised on. With the 32nd pick, instead of choosing, and I don't want to sound racist or anything, but instead of choosing an American who went to college here, the Lakers chose a Croatian big man who played overseas, and he's just 18 or 18 or 19. But they chose him, and his name is Ivica Zubac, and he's honestly another steal for the Lakers because he can get you blocks anytime. He'll get you blocks to play defense for you. He's a big man with the shot, you know. And he's gonna be like a Marc Gasol player type, and that's perfect. That's what we need. We need a big man like that in Los Angeles, you know. So I really believe this team is headed in the right direction. So I'm thankful for that. The Lakers turned heads when they signed Marcelo Huertas and Tariq Black back on the deal. Back on the team. So, and that's one of the things too, is we know for sure Zubac, he's a beast, he's making the team. But now that you sign, well, they haven't signed Black yet, but they had a verbal agreement, and now you're wondering, oh, so they get Mozgov, and we'll get to that in a minute. They have Mozgov, he's obviously the starting center. But then you have Black, who's played actual minutes in the NBA. And then you have Zubac, who's going third string. You know what I mean? It's a pretty stacked lineup, and it's some hard decisions. And I think that's just something time will tell. I mean, you can't make assumptions based off paper. Look what happened to the 2012-2013 Lakers. I mean, you had Dwight Howard, Steve Nash, Kobe. It looked great on paper, but you know you couldn't do anything. They barely made it in the 7th seed. So, and they got swept in the first round by the Spurs, who actually became champions, I think, that year. I'm not sure. I think they lost to the Heat. But moving on, now let's move on to free agents. So far the Lakers have had 2 free agent signings, and I would say one of them was just for veteran leadership to mentor Ingram, and that guy's Luol Deng. It was pretty, when I heard the Lakers signed Luol Deng, I knew that they didn't want him for his talent. And they wanted him for his talent back about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago, when he was good playing with the Chicago Bulls still. He was really good with the Bulls. And then when he got traded to the Heat, he kind of... I don't know if he got traded to the Heat. When he started playing for the Heat, I don't know. He just kind of leveled down. But I know the reason why they wanted him, and you could correct me if I'm wrong. But it's for the veteran present in the locker room for Ingram now that Kobe's gone. You know, you don't have another veteran present in the locker room. You need that mentorship now that Kobe's gone. So I think, and certainly Mozgov wasn't going to do it. You know, Mozgov wasn't going to be the guy to lead Ingram. No offense to Mozgov, but he's just not the guy. First of all, he's a center. I don't know how a center is going to, you know, mentor a small forward. But I think Luol Deng will actually bring production to this table. He will fill up the stat sheet for you. You know, I see him getting, this year my average for him is about 11, no, that's a little too low, 13 points and 7 rebounds. 13 points, 4 rebounds. I see him getting that. That's what I see him. I don't know. Going to the season, we'll see. And then we get Mozgov, a very controversial deal. I think it's about 4 years for 63 million. I think. I don't think that's not the best deal, but it certainly was necessary because we have all that cap space, and we needed a big man. We definitely needed a big man. We lost Roy Hibbert. Not that he was a big part of his team or anything. He's walking trash can, to be honest. But we needed at least the big, you know. But I think Mozgov can not bring us a championship, not take us far, but give us that center that we need. Average, you know, triple double. I see Mozgov getting 12 points a game, maybe even more. Depends on how much he's involved with the offense and his minutes too. I see him approximately 12 points, 11 rebounds, 2.4 blocks. Now you might think that's a little too much for Mozgov. Don't forget, this guy barely got playing time in Cleveland because Tristan Thompson was the main starting cast right there, and he barely got minutes. I think he only played like 2 minutes in one of the final games, in one of the NBA finals. So that's that. Now let's move on to trades. We only got one trade right there, and after Dwayne Wade signed with Chicago, the Bulls needed to clear cap space, so they sent Mike Dunleavy to the Cavaliers and Jose Calderon to the Lakers. And they just gave them to us. They didn't ask for anything in return, as far as I believe, or as far as I know. They didn't ask for anything in return, not a single thing. So, and I was kind of surprised on how stupid the Bulls could be, because the Bulls just acquired Jose Calderon from the Knicks after they needed to clear cap space for the signing of Joakim Noah, Derrick Rose, all that. They needed to clear cap space as well, so they sent him off. I think he signed with the Bulls actually, but you know, Jose Calderon he's a stable point guard. I mean, he'll get you like 12 and 4 a game easily. You know, he's one of those most efficient point guards right now. Actually, his assist to turnover ratio is really high. Oh, get that out of here, Kobe. Get that out of here. His assist to turnover ratio is really high, which is good. I like it. He's very efficient. He doesn't do anything extra. Just fills up the stat board. And he's a great shooter as well. Great shooter. But I don't know how you can let a point guard like that go, especially after you lost Derrick Rose. Who's gonna be your point guard? Rondo, but I don't think Rondo is gonna. I mean, Rondo after he left the Celtics, he hasn't been himself, to be honest. He hasn't been the same Rondo we know that wears the green, which is sad. I'm devastated. Rondo could have had a great career, but he's just falling apart, honestly, and it's very sad to see. Let's move on to the biggest. Let's move on to the new rising stars of the Lakers. The Lakers have D'Angelo Russell. He's evolving into something. I don't know what's gonna happen to him. He could either be one of those. Crap! My button got jammed. He could either be one of those big-time starting point guards that lead the Lakers to a championship, or it could be just a talented guy. You know what? So get you a double each game. Here and then score 30 points a game. You know, it doesn't matter. But I think that D'Angelo Russell, he will be like one of the greatest players to ever play in the NBA. I know I'm saying this so early. I have so much faith in him. I really do. I mean, he gained so much weight in a positive way, obviously. And he is just great. He's a great player. Larry Nance Jr., what can I say? Dunkaholic. Larry Nance Jr. is going to be a great guy in the NBA. He's gonna be amazing. He's super athletic. Then you have Julius Randle. You know, you have Julius Randle. Very great player. Although he has to work on his self-control. He just runs into the defense. That better go in. He just runs into the defense sometimes. Crap, Kobe. So, that's that. Jordan Clarkson, his game speaks for itself. He's a phenomenal player. Phenomenal player. And I think that's about it for our young core. And you can't forget about the supporting cast, like Lou Williams. I think that's the only guy. Like Lou Williams. Now, this is what I'm thinking. Now I want to move on to the projected starting lineup for the Lakers this year. Point guard, it should be obvious, D'Angelo Russell. Shooting guard, obvious, Jordan Clarkson. Small forwards where people get messed up. Brandon Ingram will not start. You'll see. He just will not start with Luol Deng on that team. I'm not saying like he's better. I'm not saying he's better than him. I'm just saying that Luol Deng, there's a reason. He's a veteran, you know. He's there for Ingram, and he's not gonna mentor him from the bench when he's a sixth man. You know what I mean? He's gonna mentor him. Oh crap! Why did I clear? He's gonna mentor him when he's a starting lineup. He has to teach him the ropes. So I think Luol Deng will start in his place for a remainder, or for a portion of the season, and we'll see how things go from there. At power forward should be obvious, Julius Randle. I mean, who else? At center, obviously Mozgov. You're not gonna start Tariq Black. You're not gonna start Zubac. It's just the way it is. You're not gonna start them. And you're gonna have your sixth man as Lou Williams. Brandon Ingram's gonna be great off the bench. However, I think, even though Luke Walton promised Tariq Black a fair shot, unlike Byron Scott, I think Zubac is going to be second string, Tariq Black third, but he will see some minutes. He will see minutes, as Luke Walton promised him a fair shot. And Kobe can get his fadeaway going. Oh, there we go. That's game. As Kobe got game. So, yeah, pretty much. And also, I just want to say that I'm hoping that the Lakers will finish at least 8th. And I think they have a very good spot for playoff contention. We're almost there. I'm happy. And as far as the trade for Russell Westbrook goes, if I was Mitch Kupchak, I wouldn't do it, because if you can sign him, why give away one of your core players right now? So that's it. And guys, please subscribe, leave a like, comment. Peace.